episode of Python for Absolute Beginners. In this episode, we're going to be introducing and practicing the concept of string slicing. So at this point in time, you should already know that a string is simply a line of code within single or double quotes. So you can have hello in double quotes. That doesn't really matter. You can have single or double quotes. The only thing that is important is that your quotes are consistent. So you can't start a string with a single quote and end with a double quote. Let's see what happens if we were to do that. You'll get an error. So just make sure you're consistent with your strings. Now, string slicing is where you have a string of code, say an email address, yuli@gmail.com, and you want to slice this string because you want to get the username and you want to get the domain separately. So you have a list of email addresses, let's say 100, and you kind of want to see out of the 100 what percentage are on Gmail. So string slicing is going to help you accomplish that. Now, to kind of prove the concept or explain the concept of string slicing, we're going to start with a easier word, and we're just going to start with hello. A good go-to. So string slicing, how do we string or slice strings? We use indexing. Indexing is when you have an open and closed bracket, a square bracket, and this is basically its function. I'm going to comment out this line, so this is just for the humans to read. It starts here, and it stops here. So that is how a index works. So start and stop. Now, when we have a string, and we index at the end of it, you're telling it to start where on the string. So in strings, in Python, it starts from 0. So H is 0, E is 1, L is 2, the other L is 3, and O is 4. So if you were to tell it start from 0 and go to 2, you're going to get HE, because they're telling it to go from the first to the second. So if you were to expound upon this, you could do hello, and you could start from, make sure your brackets are the same. You could start from 0, and then go to 5, which would be the entire word hello, because in Python it just says up to 4, it doesn't include 4. So if you were just to 0 to 4, you would just get hell, and you wouldn't get hello. So in Python, remember the first word in the string or the first letter in a string is going to be 0, and then the last word is going to be, you're going to have to include past the last letter. So it's going to have to be 5. All right. That's the basics of indexing and slicing strings. We'll get more into that later.